industry I've worked in.
Mm-hmm.
And it will stay that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can never stay with the times, because it's changing every day, especially online.
Yeah, the amount of red tape administrators have to go to is like so thick compared to how fast an industry changes. You know, the demands of an industry.
Yeah. Teach kids how to get through resources. How do you read, how do you stay up to date with all these blogs? How do you stay up to date with all this content? How do you organize it? What are the new emerging trends to organize content and consume it? It used to be the newspaper, right, in the 50s?
Mm-hmm.
That's how you got all your news. It's everywhere now.
Yeah.
So how do you organize it
Perfect.
effectively?
I think this will be the last question. Collaboration. How much do you guys do within your team with every project you go about? How much do you collaborate?
So
and how do you do it? You mentioned cloud-based stuff.
yeah, collaborating with my team, I make an effort to collaborate as much as possible. If I can offload things or share the weight with another team member, I'm going to do it. Even if it means that I'm going to make less money, I'm going to go that way. Because I know that there's going to be a better product at the end.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not taking on the weight myself. We collaborate via Google Drive, Asana, Slack, Zoom video conferencing, Google Hangouts, Gmail, and co-working,
Mm-hmm.
hanging out in coffee shops, going over to each other's places and working in a bedroom. It's straight up startup kind of thing, like old school, working out of residence, and then coming up with new ideas. Me and Frank today collaboration. We collaborate on all of our projects, but we also collaborate on sales ideas. He has a really good, keen sense of ways to make things more efficient and services that are making things more efficient. So he'll bring those to the table, and then we'll collaborate on how can we make that an effective sales idea? How can we make money off of that? How can we provide better quality stuff to our clients through that, but still cover our bottom line?
Mm-hmm.
So we're collaborating on project levels, but also on sales and growth levels,
Sure.
which is the highest kind of executive level you get when you're talking about companies,
Okay.
operations.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I think, and you don't have to record me. You don't have to record
Okay.
me. But
I
I think
follow you.
I think it's really cool that I think it's a cool world that new writers are coming out into too, because back in the day it was a lot easier to just kind of sell to people, market to people, because people were dumb, right? We didn't know anything. But nowadays people are way smarter and way more informed. So as far as an exchange of value, if you're gonna trust a company to buy from them, nowadays it takes a lot more, right? Because we're a lot more skeptical. We have a lot more options. So
A lot more data.
a lot more data too, right?
Yeah.
So having good content is really important, because that not every company is doing that now, right? Because people need to be able to trust you. People need to be able to see that you're offering them value before I trust you enough to give me my money or open my wallet or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So I feel as far as the corporate world, maybe it's not as glamorous as some of the things that you may want to do, but I do think there's a lot more room for writers coming out to do
Yes.
that. And then I also think that just as a writer, even your own personal projects, that may not be your when you come out, that may not be your full-time job to begin with, because it's tough, right? That's pretty rare. But nowadays, the barrier to entry to having a platform that the entire world can see is so little now. Even someone like me who's not a professional writer, I published a Kindle book the other day on a gluten-free beer guide. It wasn't written perfectly, but I could do that in about an hour. You
Yeah.
can do that in an hour. You can write a book in an hour, and that's immediately. And you have Twitter, which is a platform that the entire world can see. So it's cool because everything is becoming way more, I feel, democratic and more flat.
That's the democracy.
Right?
Yeah, it's democratized.
It's a lot more democratized. So it's not just you have to go to a publisher to get your book, to get your poetry, to get whatever printed. You can do that yourself now. And if you have good stuff, I feel that'll rise to the top.
And that's
that's kind of cool. I feel that's kind of cool. It shouldn't be I don't know. It's traditionally, right, stereotypically, it's really hard for a writer to get a job coming out of college. But I do feel there's a lot more opportunities.
Yeah.
Sure.
In the world that we're.
And the fact that things are more data driven and things are going towards Google will constantly and is constantly moving towards more quality content. That's what they're looking for. That's what their algorithm is being driven towards. So they want the content on the web, all of it, to help humans. So that means that they are championing quality content. That means that's a good thing for writers. If you're a good writer and you focus on craft and quality, you're going to get paid a lot to do that for companies. For people that are doing creative writing, they need to focus on learning business. They need to know what a digital sales funnel is. Because book publishing doesn't make money. What makes money is everything around that book that gets published, the coaching that can go along. What products can you sell around that book? What events can this person go to like make money as like a speaker because of that book? Those are all things that get like filtered into that sales funnel.
It's because so much what we do is online, so much is free now. It's like the same thing with music. You don't make sales from records from your albums anymore. You make the sales through the tour, through the merchandise, through the brand that you create surrounding the music. The music doesn't make any money.
Yeah.
It's everything that surrounds it.
Yeah.
Same thing with writing.
Yeah, so for content marketing, I just also want to mention on camera some good resources. So I said Contently. They're a really good one to look for content strategy on, and they have a really unique platform that they provide to companies for content marketing. They're not really a competitor of ours though, because they're dealing with very high level companies, big corporations, for the most part. Ryan Dice is great. In terms of just marketing and media in general, Gary Vaynerchuk is another really, really great guy to look at.
He's really good.
Neil Patel is also a fantastic resource. I'm forgetting somebody. Ryan, who's that other guy? I'm forgetting somebody's name.
Who are we talking about?
I said Ryan Dice, Gary Vee, Neil Patel.
Talking like SEO or
SEO, content marketing. There's another guy that does. Who's the guy that does digital
Honestly,
marketing?
I'm presenting this in a week and a day.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll probably be my last. Okay, very last thing, I swear. It's gonna be an alley-oop. I think you're just gonna like. I think I already know your answer. But you mentioned all these skills that you need. These
Did
tech.
you say it's gonna be an alley-oop?
An alley-oop. I'm just gonna throw it up. I'm just gonna knock it down.
An alley-oop for alley-oop.
Alley-oop for alley-oop?
Oh.
That's what we thought.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's gonna be sure. Okay. You mentioned all these skills and these technologies, right?
Yeah.
That you need to be successful. What is the best way to become good enough at those to be successful? Is it through learning about them, or is it through diving in and sinking your teeth into a project?
Always number
That's
two.
round two.
It's always
Number two being what?
You always so how to become successful at anything. You can read every book on skiing out there. Once you get on the slopes, you're gonna fall on your butt and probably break some bones. So you always learn through experience. You can't and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, because fear is false evidence appearing real. It's just your insecurities trying to get you to stop doing things. Don't be afraid to try things, because the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to fail, and who cares? That's how you learn.
Yeah.
Edison said, "I've never failed. I just found 10,000 ways that didn't work."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's always through number two. Number one helps though. Number one helps number two. Number one being diving in and learning about everything. Yeah, so the option is learning or experience. Experiential is always going to be the stronger teacher. But as you're going through that practice, you got to be going back and staying up to date with the current trends, like the foundational knowledge. Sometimes it helps just to go back to basics and learn where a comma goes. Does a comma go after furthermore? Or does it not? Do you forget that sometimes when you're getting neck deep in writing? So I think they both help, but number two always first. Unless it's something like skilled, unless someone's life's at risk, try it.
Yeah.
Like if you're not gonna risk a life, just go and try it,
Sure.
or your own life. Just go and try it.
Well, how does that affect your skiing metaphor? Because
Well, but with skiing, you're not gonna get on the slopes without a skiing trainer.
That's true.
But get a mentor too. That really helps. Mentor, business coach. But that's all part of experiential.
Yeah, that's
You know?
experiential as well.
Yeah.
I mean, what I'm gonna kind of form that answer in, which was awesome, is so much of our curriculum is theory based, right? And I want to move to more of a just a practical application. Stop learning about rhetoric and put it into use. You know. Stop.
But you need to learn about rhetoric.
Sure. Yeah.
You need to learn.
You need both.
You need to learn the power of it. You know why? You know why Obama got elected president?
Why?
He's an awesome rhetorician.
Sounded good.
You know why Trump has the support he
But
has?
did he study rhetoric, or did he just?
He was a
just
lawyer.
practice it?
Yeah, of course he studied. Yeah, rhetoric is in so many things, but it's learning how to structure an idea so it's convincing. That's rhetoric. You know, Trump has the support he does because he knows how to leverage rhetoric. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you agree with him or not. The guy knows how to make the people he's going after agree with him.
Yep.
Which is scary, but it's very powerful. That's
Yep.
why you have to learn the theory behind it.
Yeah.
So the lesson of this is learn rhetoric so you can be like Donald Trump and run for president.
Or you're either gonna come out Obama
What a
or
good
Trump.
tagline. Learn rhetoric to be like Donald Trump.
It's so true. I mean, the guy is like a rhetorician at the core of it, you know.
Yeah, well, and
Because
you know, it
God
also,
knows there's no substance.
man, it
behind
also
it.
helps to keep up with current technologies too. Like the reason that I think Gary Vee is so popular and successful is because he, before even YouTube was going on, he was creating video libraries for his wine business, and they were cheesy. They're so terrible. Like you can go back and look at them. They're
What's
the
wine without
worst.
cheese?
Huh?
What's wine without cheese?
Yeah, exactly. So, but now he's like all up in Snapchat. He's like
I've never heard this
he
guy.
was one of the progenitors of Twitter. Like he was one of the first guys. He was there at their launch. He's always been on the very cutting edge of each new emerging technology and marketing platform. If you can stay on that, yeah, you'll always be successful because even if something crashes and burns, like Vine's like, you know, now it's kind of pittered out a little bit.
Yeah.
But
It's still gonna,
yeah, but like if you get in on the ground floor and if you're always on this next new thing, you're always constantly generating attention. If that's what you're going for. But in general, like staying ahead of the curve is gonna make you better than the rest.
The rest, yeah.